So look, if you want to know how to do a cash out refinance for an investment property, you've come to the right place. This also includes 4 units and below. So look, everybody know this is all about value add. That's it, value add. What's up, guys? Look, my name is Nehemiah Jeffrey. This is the Nehemiah Jeffrey Show. And in this show, we discuss personal finance, business strategies like mergers, acquisitions, and how cyber threats affect businesses. So in this episode, by the way, I was a real estate broker for about 6 years here in New York City. I am transitioning into a full-time buyer. So look, in any event, in this episode, we're going to discuss 4 strategies on how you can do a cash out refinance that benefits you in the best way. The first thing you got to look for is whether or not your property has equity. Okay, if your property has no equity, then there's no purpose of contacting a bank to do a refinance. Let's say if your property has, or let's say if it's worth $1 million, okay, look, most banks want to see that you got at least 25 to 30% of equity inside that property. So what that means is you want to have at least a 70 to 75% loan to value. Look, a better valuation, whether it's 60% or 50%, depending on how long you've held your property, will help you more once you try to refinance. So look, that's pretty much what you got to do. Always identify whether or not you got equity. If you're over leveraged, then a cash out refinance won't be ideal for you. Secondly, let's say you get some cash from your refi. Okay, your property's worth $1 million and you have a 70% loan to value. The bank says, okay, look, I'll give you, 75% loan to value. You already have about, maybe 200, 300. Let's say you got $200. Let's say after you pay back your first bank, you're left with $200,000 cash. Okay, now with this cash, you got to be very careful. Because what you want to do is you want to use this money to do some renovation work for your property. Maybe a paint job, maybe $5,000, $10,000 on your property. But more importantly, you want to use this money to buy other deals. So when about let's say 150 to 180 gives you leverage of about, let's say $700,000, $800,000. So that means that you can go out there, look for a property that's selling for $800,000. Now the ARV of that property should be at least 1.1, 1.2, okay? And so with that being said, you put that, let's say that 200,000, or roughly speaking, into that's your 20% or 25% of, let's say 800,000. Now you're in a deal where the ARV is worth 1.2. That gives you a spread of $300,000. Now your net worth has grown or has grew by $300,000. Has grew by $300,000. Oh man, it's crazy. Okay, now before you can do all of that, we're getting down to the third part here. Before you can do the first step and second step, you got to make sure your credit is somewhat decent. Because when a bank looks at your credit, they'll say, look, the higher, you got to understand that the higher your credit is, the better interest rate you'll get, which means that's less money you'll pay per month. That's pretty much it. Just make sure your credit is decent, high 6s. If you can get it like in the 7s, that'll be great. If it's 800, you're pretty much good. The higher the credit, the better. That's pretty much it. And then lastly, don't be stupid. Just buy good deals. Okay, don't put your money down for a property that the ARV is, let's say, if it's $200,000, and then you go find a property where the ARV is $200,000. No, if the ARV is $200,000, you're going to try to get that property for $50,000, $40,000, like that. So just find a good deal. That's pretty much it. So look, here are my 4 strategies on how to do a cash out refinance. There we go. So look, these are the ways to look for value, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.